Well, hello there, YouTube. Another incredible day in the markets. Did you check out some of those Chinese stocks? Because, man, they blasted off today. And with those sort of volumes, we might see a little bit more excitement going on in the next couple of days. So we're going to talk about the usual SPY, QQQ, IWM. We'll talk about some of those Chinese companies. I'll also give an update on Tesla, NVIDIA, Bitcoin, and TMF. So in this video, what I want you to pay attention to are the technicals that you see and just how well they play out. And I'll tell you, one of them didn't play out the way that I expected. And because it didn't play out the way I expected, I started to look a little bit more and I noticed some small adjustments that I had to make. So I'll talk with you about that because there are going to be some differences when I update for tomorrow's video that you're going to see those. I addressed my Discord community with the changes that are coming to that chart, and it is for SPY. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's get into the charts here. So for SPY, if you checked out this morning video, you actually saw this red line where we're actually finding that resistance. It was actually up here at 572.77. And I was like, I don't know why we stopped exactly where we did. I thought maybe this peak, but I was like, I don't know that that's enough. So I looked into it a little bit more and I found out that some of the instruments that I was using for that weren't as accurate as they could be. So in making those adjustments, it actually came down to show us that we end up right in here. We're much nearer to that resistance, closing just above it. And so that is something I'm a lot more satisfied with than when it was up here at this level. So I am going to be bringing that value down to where it's close to what we should have here, which is that 571 and 02, not 05. There we go. And we actually closed today at 571.36. So my technicals usually aren't spot on, but it was off by enough. I was like, that doesn't make sense with the other technicals that I have. So I want to make that adjustment. You're going to see that change along with some other minor changes to support and resistance as I show the rest of the SPY that you have here. So the prices that I have on here for up or down, they're not going to change a lot on us, but they are going to change a little bit. So you can screenshot these, but I changed one. You can see some of the others. There's some separation, and I'll talk about those prices as I make that adjustment. I'll put it out in the morning video. Now, check it out. QQQ is left untouched. Look at that resistance as we look at the hourly chart on this. And I'll tell you what, resistance right around 485.54, man, it's holding up. We were able to get up in here close to that 486, almost 487 number, fell out of it, and then hit our heads in the post-market, by the way. We're getting close. We're kind of climbing back up in this 4 to 5 o'clock hour as we look at it. Where did we peak out today? We peaked out at 485.48. So we were actually, let me see, make sure that that's the price there. 485.37 was actually where we closed it. And so that's actually just 17 cents off of where I had that price target for the day. So that's the sort of accuracy that I was looking for with the SPY, and I just wasn't getting. I was off by over $1 on that one. So by tweaking the things that I see there, that actually is something that brings it more in line with what I would have expected to see from a technical standpoint. IWM, check this out. The support that we had hitting right exactly where I thought it should, and then we were pretty darn close to the top of this support zone that we're in right now, which is around 222. If I put my cursor over this to approximate 222.31, high price that we got today was 221.93. So less than $1 away from that price. Like I said, that's exactly what I would expect. If we fall down below that support, we're down to about 216. If we pop up above it, we get to look for 225 coming out of that. Over to Tesla, look at this. Lots of indecision for Tesla. Yeah, we were able to break up into this free float area, but not able to hold it. We're actually pretty much sitting on, at this point in time, since we closed above it, we'll turn this area in here. We'll turn it into support instead of resistance. If I can get it clicked on, I might just have to do this, and we'll click out here. There we go. Click on that area. We're going to turn it green instead of red for you. Perfect. Since we did close above it, we're going to call it support, and we are sitting right on support as of where we closed for Tesla's chart. But with the wicks that you see on this, that is a lot of indecision that we're looking at. You can see down in here the support that I have at 250.19. We actually broke down through that. Our low price today, 249.05, but then quickly ripped back up above that to close back up above 250. So that closing price, a lot more what I would expect to see from the top of this, which my support level is 253.78, and our closing price is 254.27. So 50-ish cents off of that price. I would say that those technicals, once again, solid. NVIDIA, look at us dancing around the resistance that we have here. Can't call it support yet, but man, darn close. So on this one, 120, let me see where that price is. 120, I need better eyeballs. 97 maybe, and we closed today for NVIDIA at 120.87. So within 10 cents of that resistance area is where we're closing things. It is possible that we push to the upside on this. That excitement that we saw, the volumes that we see pushing that up, maybe we start to see that 125 pop out of there, especially if we can get on top of this for tomorrow and really treat it as support for us. Bitcoin, exciting thing about Bitcoin, check this out. I really got to stretch this graph out so you can see it. In here, inside this area that I have of resistance is the 200-day. We are back up above it. Now, mind you, crypto, this isn't a closing price. It's not a closing price until crypto closes it for the day and begins the new day. So this one's live, still going. And so, as a matter of fact, this area right here should actually be up just a little bit for us. We're going to move that up. There we go, to match the resistance level that I have on there at 64,230. And we're currently down below that. If we can get up above it, we're up above the 200. That's a good thing. If we can get up above the 64,230, we actually have room to the upside on this, closer to 68,000. So you actually can see it on here, 68,696. We're up above the 200-day. The 50 is down below that. We could potentially see, if we can keep this momentum going, if we can get that stinking resistance out of the way and treat it as support instead, we could see that golden cross moment coming to Bitcoin and really push us higher. Maybe it happens in one fell swoop. Maybe it takes some time to get there. I do believe that there's going to be significant appreciation coming to Bitcoin. And we have this previous peak to contend with, by the way, going back to August 25th, it looks like 65,103. Getting above that is also going to be significant for us. But that 200-day is the first thing to contend with. We need to close today above it. We haven't closed above it since we go back all the way to, it was August the 25th. That was the last time we closed above the 200-day. Everything since then, we've closed down below it, getting rejected every darn time. So keep our fingers crossed and come on, Bitcoin. You can do this, and bring the rest of crypto with it, especially ETH. Actually, let's take a quick aside and see how ETH is doing. ETH, USD, Coinbase, there we go. Check out the technicals. Look at the resistance that we're still getting for ETH. We came up here 26.6291, still getting rejected. The high price today, 26.6753. So what are we within? Like $5-ish. I'll take it for crypto, especially when we're talking about being in the thousands instead of the hundreds of dollars like we saw with the other ones. That's still about the same percent-ish error of tolerance that I would expect. So if this was 266 instead of 2,662, I would take 50 cents instead $5 being in the thousands. I'd say that's about right. So all good for ETH. Come on, push higher. You can do it up above the 50s. The 200's way up there, up north of 3,000. So we have a lot of work to do to get there. Good news is we actually caught that support off of the 50 EMA that's up here. So TMF, what about TMF? Grab support off the 50 EMA, closing up above this support area, which actually technically is resistance, but since we closed just above it, I'm going to leave it on there as support for right now. And so for that, for TMF, man, we got a ways to go. Need to update these technicals for you as well. By the way, if I grab my price label and I slap it on here, that price that we had to get over for resistance here is right around the $60 mark. So we're going to be on the lookout for that $60 pretty much even. It's actually a little bit north of that, but that's what we need to watch out for that resistance. If we're able to hold up above 58, let me see that number, almost 59. So stay above 59, got to break 60 to activate these further price targets. That election coming up is still the thing looming ahead of us. Now, something else I want to share with you over at my community, my Discord community, which is available through the Patreon. That link's down in the description. I post my technicals there first before they come to YouTube. And Palantir, I'm actually going to show you the chart for it next. And I talked about it before that somebody in my community said, hey, could you put up the technicals for Palantir? I said, sure, here you go. Here's what I think. And then I showed on YouTube the other day in a previous video that I said, here's what I did. Here's what happened. The technicals played out perfectly. Well, yesterday I said, watch out for Palantir on the hourly chart. It's showing signs of bearish divergence. We could possibly pull back to support levels on this very soon. So said that yesterday. Today, what happened to Palantir? Well, check it out. So yesterday is where that bearish divergence started showing up on the hourly chart. There we go. So when I was looking at it in the post-market hours, we were up here right around 37 to 38. Today, we bottomed out down below 37, like 36.50-ish is about where those low prices come in. So we got a little bit of a drop there. That momentum, you can see it down here on the RSI, still down below 50 on an hourly basis. support down below that. If we fall out of this area, which is red right now, but I should turn it to green for you because it still technically is support for us, whereas when I made the technicals originally, it was resistance for us. So we actually climbed up above those like I said that I thought we would, and then we did. And there we go. So we have those supports. We could potentially fall back down through that and make 35 happen again if we fall down through that support. So that's what I have for you for Palantir. If you guys want to see my buys and sells, you guys want to see my technicals before they hit YouTube, that link is down in the description. Click, sign up, head on over. We'd love to have you over there. And you guys can learn these technicals, by the way, and also the bread recipe trading strategy through my friend Stockmo with the Stockmo Academy. I got a link down in the description for that as well. Use code word doctor when you sign up. Teaches all about technical analysis and the bread recipe trading strategy, which is an easy way to set up just a few indicators and really easy to follow, really easy to trade on. A lot of people paying for that course price in just a single trade. Testimonials are there on the Discord that goes along with it as well. And as a doctor of education myself, 17 years in education, I can tell you the course is so clean and easy and well put together by master teachers, Mrs. Mo and Stockmo himself, who have even longer term teaching experience than I do. And it's just the Discord, the course itself, it's a good place to be. So back to the technicals. Let's get over to the stocks for China. So yen, it triple the performance of the Chinese stocks. There we go. So this is the Direction Daily FTSE 3X. So 3X the performance of the FTSE. And so today having likely a 10-ish% day because this one's up darn close to 30%. And when I talked about it this morning, it was more like 15 to 16%. So we had that appreciation. And you'll notice my technicals missed, gosh, just by a little bit. We fell just shy of that 33.69. The high price, 33.21. I missed it by 48 cents. I would say that that's pretty darn good. Pinduoduo also launching off today. What did I have for numbers for this one? Well, we hit the 108. We hit the 111. The 116, where is it? 116.59. Where did we peak out? 114.67, and you can see the 50 EMA actually being one of those spots on here where we just didn't quite reach that and ended up closing down a little bit lower. That's in a single day. I still think that there's enough volume support here with this movement that we have that we could see further upside appreciation. XPeng, by the way, I also had some technicals drawn on here. Let me see if I can shrink this up enough to show them. I thought I had prices. I don't yet, but I did talk about Golden Cross. I said that we could see some very volatile movements here. So for this one, the 50 crossing up above the 200-day could be something that we see taking us close to 1150. NEO for this one, looking like a bull flag to me. And if we can hit it, we can still see up to 657, up to almost $6, where we actually peak out today, 596. So that round number resistance that doesn't quite make it on here for the lines that I have drawn on here, but 657 is actually a really critical price that we have for resistance, and we just might have that momentum to get there. We're going to have to watch and see. But overall, for the Chinese stocks, I'm glad that I was able to pick up on them this morning. Glad that I was able to bring it to YouTube. Hi, baby. My 15-month-old is trying to give me kisses through the window. So, guys, I'm going to have to go. Check out the links down in the description for the Patreon, come on over to Discord to see my buys and sells and my technicals. Also, while you're over there, or while you're down in the description, check out the link for Stockmo Academy. Get access to that trading course, to the bread recipe, to my chapter that's in there on options. And guys, use the code word doctor when you sign up, DOCTOR. It's going to be a massive discount on that as well. Thank you very much for watching. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Remember, my friends, that learning is earning, and I'll see you in the next video.